Hey there, ladies, gents, and everybody in between. This is your pal Wolfie coming at you with another movie review. This time for HULU's rom-com. Well, even better, it's a LGBTQ rom-com, and it's called Crush. So I have feelings about this movie. I enjoyed it. I did. I had a good time watching it. It was funny. It was corny as hell. It it was borderline cringe in a lot of areas, but I mean like in an enjoyable way. I'm gonna say if you're part of the community, you're gonna like the cringe of it because for any of you older gays like me, you grew up in the 90s with 90 queer rom-com movies that were extremely low budget, nowhere near as high budget as this one was. And we survived a lot with those movies. So it's nowhere near as low cringe level as those were. But there's stuff that we look back on in very good taste. So think But I'm a Cheerleader and Debs, like that kind of stuff. So I would put this movie in the same camp as that. So the character we're following is Paige. She's this little lesbian who has been head over heels for one of her, I don't even know if we can call her a friend from the way that they interact with each other, but a girl that she's been going to school with since they were little, named Gabby. And in the midst of all that, she's also an artist who is trying to get into an art program to further her career in that direction. So I'm going to try to keep this spoiler free. So there's a dilemma that causes her to have to join the track team, which Gabby is on, but Gabby is also on that track team with her sister AJ, who turns out to be our second love interest for Paige. And this is not a spoiler, this was all in a trailer and stuff like that. So kind of turns into this love triangle-esque thing. I don't even know if you could really call it a love triangle, but it's a implied love triangle. And so Paige is trying to figure her shit out and figure out her feelings, and the journey along the way is quite interesting. So I did enjoy the little love story between them. Again, I'm trying not to spoil how it goes about, but there are quite a few instances where I sat there like this, where I was just into it. I was very into the movie. I am a hopeless romantic. I cannot tell a lie. So it sung to me in that respect. So that stuff aside, there are a lot of other parts of this movie not pertaining to the romance that made this movie come down some points for me. Like there is her best friend is a straight, I assume he's a straight dude, but him and his girlfriend play a prominent role in the movie. But I would say too prominent, to the point where like I just kept sitting and like wondering, why am I seeing these two on screen constantly? Why are they on each other constantly? It was driving me insane. And this is not me saying that I don't have any trouble with, obviously don't have any trouble with straight couples. My problem is that for this, it was so pushed for in your fucking face that I was just like, please save me. Like, please push the scene along and save me. So you don't really want to feel that way when you're watching a movie. And this, oh god, it was bad. Like I really wish they hadn't gone so hard about it. Because like it really took the enjoyment out of the film for me personally. I couldn't stomach it. I wanted to vomit half the time with those two on screen. The characters themselves were great. Them by themselves, great. Them when they were together, please, I wanted to throw them off of a fucking cliff. I couldn't stand them. But aside from them as well, the mom character, Paige's mom, is hilarious. She is played by Megan, who anybody who has watched Will and Grace will know her. She was Karen in Will and Grace. She steals every scene when she's on screen. Like she's literally Karen as a mom. Like, if I had to picture how Karen would be if she ever really, like, really embraced being a mother on Will and Grace, that was exactly how it was played. And I fucking loved it. Like, she was so inappropriate and accepting, and it's weird when you have that dynamic with a parent. So she's all sex positive, but at the same time it's like, calm down, get out of my sex life. But it was, that aside, it was funny. They had a lot of that new age generation of trying to make everything really progressive. And of course, I never have a problem with that. But the issue was that they made it a little bit too on the nose. So I'm like, did this really need to be part of this? What does this really have to do with, like, in the broad scheme of things, they added a little bit too much to try and make it too progressive, to the point where it was like, okay, y'all are bugging. Y'all need to wind it back. If they would have done that, it would have definitely put my enjoyment a little bit more up on this movie as well. Overall, the little romance that builds between the main character and the person that she has her feelings for, it was really adorable. I enjoyed their growth. I like, it felt organic. It wasn't anything that was unexpected. Like, this movie is really as predictable as they come. You're gonna know how it's gonna go out from the minute it starts. Like, it's really not hard to put together. But that being said, they played it well, and I thought everybody did an excellent job in their roles. There's a principal character in this movie, just like with Paige's mom, hysterical. She is another scene stealer. There was so many moments where I was just dying anytime she was on screen, because she's absolutely outrageous in the things that she says under her breath. Just like, part of me was like, I wish she was my principal back when I was in high school. Like, it was one of those situations. It was a good movie. It was. I'm not gonna say it wasn't. It was a good movie. It had issues. Where I would say is, I wish that they hadn't gone so far on some of the things that they did, but at the same time, I'm like, maybe that was the point. They were trying to play up the whole dynamic of, well, this is what's really crazy in traditional rom-com movies. Let's play on it and let's make it even more outrageous. That's probably what they were going for, which I guess I can understand. But at the same time, as a person who regularly watches rom-coms, even I was like, y'all need to peel it back. That was so far on the nose that I'm just like, it's not even funny. It's just a little bit uncomfortable. But in the end, I would give this movie like a 7. Yeah, I would give it a 7. It's definitely something I'll watch again, albeit skipping through certain parts, but it's a movie I would watch again. And it's a movie I would recommend to people, especially if you're like me and you love to have more queer movies to watch, especially with queer women. Thank you very much. We need more. So, I mean, go check it out. Give it a shot. I think if rom-coms are your thing, if stupid comedies with the most outrageous dialogue is your thing, I would say go for it. Go for it. But thank you for coming to the review. If you liked it, please like the video to support it, and subscribe for more content that I'll be putting out as the days go. And have a wonderful weekend.